Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Trade Talks. I am Roger Wakefield. Welcome to the Trade Talks Live. We get to do this every day, 11 o'clock Eastern time. So no matter where you're at in the country on lunchtime, you can jump in here and see what we do. This is great. We love being here, love doing this. We get to talk trades. And hopefully we try to make it fun. We got some good stuff to talk about here today, so we're going to get going. But if you've been here before, thank you for coming back. If you're new here, welcome. If you've got questions, love for you to jump in, talk to us, visit, say hello, and see how everything's going. If you got a question, put a Q in front of it. If you're over here on TikTok and you've got questions, I can't see those comments. They're kind of small. But if you'll jump over to YouTube, go to the Trade Talks Live, love to hear what you have to say too. But before we get started, if you've ever thought about launching a YouTube channel, but you've got all these reasons why you can't, I've got a webinar to kind of explain to you why you can. So if it's something you're interested in, go to justmetroger.com. Squirt, tell us a little bit about
Good morning, everybody. I am Henry Wakefield, a.k.a. Squirt, 20-year pipe fitter by trade. Learned plumbing from my whole family because all my family are plumbers pretty much. I don't think there's any other trade, honestly, except for pipe fitter. Love to claim that one. But now, guys, I run Leak Pro. I build the equipment and everything. If you're a plumber out there tired of losing out on some leak detection projects and things like that, check out www.leak-pro.com for some of the easiest to use equipment out on the market, guys. It's all acoustical, sound-based. Work the process. You are going to find your leak. Check out the complete kit. It comes with a probe for outdoor and then a sidekick for indoors. Once again, that's www.leak-pro.com. If you need to learn how to do leak detection, give me a call and let's discuss a 2-day training where you can come out. I'll teach you how to locate lines, pinpoint locate leaks under a slab, outside of a slab, even locate in sewer lines where the leaks are.
No way.
Give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO, and I'd be happy to discuss the equipment or the training and how you can add this to your business.
I want to give a shout out to Matt McDonough, Mr. Miyagi of Plumbing, and Squirt. What's up, brothers? How was your weekend? Go Leak Pro. Man, weekend was great. I actually ate in Vegas at El Segundo Sol this weekend, so it's always a good thing. Great getting out to Virginia. I got to go out to PHCC, Virginia, got to see the apprentice competition, got to hang out with some really cool people, had people show up for my meet and greet. So we had fun. It was really, really good. Love being there and loving getting what I get to do. So let's go ahead and jump in. I don't know why I got a cough now, but we're going to talk about the national news. And the EPA awards a grant for asbestos abatement in public schools. Now, guys, this is a big deal because we know a lot of these public schools were built a long freaking time ago.
That's it.
And asbestos removal, it's expensive, but it's necessary. I remember working out at DFW Airport A terminal. They broke it out in thirds. So we literally shut down 1/3 of the terminal. Then I don't know if we did the next third or the last third, but then moved around. And I mean, I'm out there, they're still working on DFW. But here's the thing. The cost to do the asbestos abatement in the first stage was about half or a third of what it was in the second or third stage. And they said, how can y'all come in and bid it so high? I said, well, now we know what it takes.
Yep.
Big deal.
It's a lot. It's a process. I can remember being on a job where they were abating different areas and then letting us in after. Mm-hmm. They skipped one room. Oh, man. Like, once it was realized, another week.
Now, how do you do? I mean, look, SOPs, baby, systems and processes. If you're skipping rooms, you ain't doing your job. You got one thing. Make sure it gets done right. All of it.
That's what it's like, oh my gosh, did they cover that door with plastic or something? Like, how did they miss that? There's no telling. But it did. It caused a 5-day setback because it's like, hold on, we got to have them come out. We have to. Nobody can be in this area during all these problems and procedures. So they had to do a quick shuffle as to how we were going to make things keep on moving forward. It ended up working out, not too big of an issue, but it is a major setback to have to overcome in a project because it's definitely unexpected.
Okay, so again, we're talking about $80 million released nationally to remove asbestos in aging kindergarten through 12th grade. So primary, secondary, not college. I'll say primary, secondary, no tertiary. But many bids will require MEP trades to reroute or support systems during removal. Now, this work includes containment, setup, mechanical room clearance, and HVAC filter upgrades. Guys, we need this is our kids. And if we're putting them in, you hear me coughing this morning, it could be mesothelioma. Who knows? I say that jokingly because I've been tested for it before. But this is a huge opportunity for contractors experienced in occupied retrofit or night or weekend school projects. Because, guys, they're not going to do this in the middle of the day. But, Randy, when does school work really happen?
Summers, and
every summer for years.
Almost there, guys. Yeah. It is not far out.
It's coming quick.
Yes. I was going to say graduation start middle of this month. So, yeah.
God, it's right. That time. What's cool is no school zones coming up in a month.
That's it.
So look at the EPA state implementation plan to find out if your region is part of it, if that's part of the target schools. Because this isn't just about demo. It's about getting in, doing clean work, and getting out without disrupting the school.
Yep.
Hence, summertime is normally when that happens.
Yeah.
And look, we know what it's all about. It's about getting in, making sure the work's taken care of while the kids are not at school. Mm-hmm. And then you come in and do what you can. So it's pretty neat stuff. And also, anybody in here today that noticed anything, we changed the microphones up a little bit. And I just kind of want to know what y'all thought about it. I need to move mine out a little bit because it's like yours is nice and neat straight coming across.
Well, let's do the quick. Here, let's fix his brain real quick. Now go to the middle like you're filming by yourself.
I know. No, I know why you did.
Yeah.
I know.
I know.
I figured that out a while ago.
And that's why we're going to have to check with him and discuss how he likes this because that was the main point of today.
I know. But
it
is what it is. And I'm going to mess with this here in the middle here for just a second. I'm going to just let this way back here. Just because. And I don't really need to see over here. Do you?
No.
Okay, good. We're going to roll into website reviews. And today we're talking about buildinggrain.com. Buildinggrain.com, the subscription site focused on, well, you laughing at me, subscription site focused on sustainable construction and materials. Guys, we've always got to be focused on that. The world we're living in, it's what it's all about. Now, this is a great resource for GCs, building lead, well, or passive builds. Articles range from green MEP design to site sourcing and toxic material avoidance, which toxic material avoidance is a lot of what LEED is all about. Mm-hmm. So what have you got here? What do you like about this?
So,
they got some cool looking buildings.
This is one of my because we're always talking about sustainable materials and things like that on this channel. What are the new sustainable materials? Guys, check out this resource. Their knowledge base. If you come to Building Green, go straight to knowledge base. Here's some sustainable materials, some different design strategies. Looking for a new building with some new ideas. You're actually a designer out there. You can get some different inspirations and ideas here. Building science, where you're actually talking about toxic materials, things like that.
VOC is volatile organic compounds, the things you don't want in the buildings you're working in all day.
That's it. This can teach you different thoughts of how to make things better and lead to more sustainable buildings to last longer, things like that, reducing toxic pieces in it, like asbestos, like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
We're trying to avoid this in the
Which
future.
We don't build with asbestos
That's
anymore.
Not anymore.
Y'all understand that, right?
But
if
we still have to go in and deal with it to get it removed because they didn't know enough at the time. Now we're trying to research more with things that we're actually releasing.
Now, this site's used by architects and engineers, and this is a smart place to learn what the designers are thinking. And the cool stuff, they talk about neat stuff. They do product reviews with environmental impact scores, which, guys, environmental impact's what the world is about these days. Okay. It's not just spec sheets. It's about, look, here's the report. Here's what it's about. And if your crew's walking into more eco-friendly buildings, this is where you learn the language. Those of y'all that have heard me talk about becoming a lead AP, when I got that study guide in, I thought it was written in Russian. Nothing I read made sense. It was like, this is confusing. So I had to learn the language first, then learn how to do it.
That's it. There's some continuing education, things like that here. But guys, this is going to be the way of the future. Everything's going to end up going to this. I'm sure even residential homes, anything that we're building is going to end up going to LEED or green or anything like that, because we're over the old ways of doing things. It's time to step into the new, friendlier things that are going to last longer and still uphold just as much.
Look this up, will you? Right here, Pexel gas, Pexalgas. I'm looking that up, Trey. Don't know anything about it. Trey says, "What's your opinion on the new Pexel gas pipe and fittings? Is it all for gas? Because you said it's touted as safer than CSST. Okay.
New generation of
and
gas
50%
piping.
faster than CSST. Okay. I looked down while I got, and I thought it said 50% faster than cast.
Oh,
And faster than, I thought it was all about cast iron. I'm like, well, wait, it's called Pexel gas.
so
I haven't tried it yet. It looks like it's gas piping for PEX.
Yep.
I like this. Yeah, we'll definitely check into that.
Press and stuff. That's cool. Yeah.
All right, we're going to roll over into business growth now. The 3 pillars of long-term client retention in service work. And guys, look, these are things that you've got to know about. And I love this because it's a lot easier to do work for the clients that you've already used before, as long as you did a good job, than it is to get out and find new ones. We spend tons of marketing dollars on bringing in new clients, where it really would be a lot smarter just to go ahead and keep reaching out to the people that have already used us, let them know what we're doing, let them know what we're recommending.
High reliability is a big one nowadays, because I talk to a lot of people and they're like, I can't even get people to show up. They say they're coming, but then they don't even come out. Like,
Okay, now this is sad because I speak around the country.
Yeah.
I've had real estate agents come up to me from all around the country. Remember the last one? I'm in Chicago. The lady comes up and says, "Oh my God, I loved your presentation. It's great. Do you have a plumber in Chicago you recommend?"
Yep.
And I said, "No, I don't." She said, "I don't either." I said, "Wait, you're a real estate agent here." And she said, "Yeah, but I don't have one." When people reach out to me and ask me about a plumber, an electrician, or an HVAC tech, I just tell them, "Look, you're on your own. I don't have one." Guys, that's sad.
Yep.
Because really, all you got to do is you got to show up, you got to follow through, and then make sure they were happy. Reach back out, confirm with them. Don't just follow up, follow through.
Yeah. Communication's huge.
The part that nobody wants to do for some crazy reason.
That's it. And guys, a lot of the communication nowadays can be automated. Okay. Like, don't
We're
forget
getting
that.
more
That's
and more
it.
into that.
More stuff is coming out. Automate the communications that you can. But you still have to be that person that gets on the phone with them occasionally and follow through that part too. Not just automations are handling it. I don't even have to think about it or worry about it. Kinda check in with it and make sure that it's still communicating properly the way you intended also.
Yeah, just it's none of this stuff is a set it and forget it.
That's it.
But you've got to answer the phone first. And one thing that I like about what we do with Go High Level, you can have it set up where Go High Level, if you don't answer the phone, it will send them a text immediately and say, "Hey, this is Roger at Texas Green Plumbing. I can't grab the phone right now. What is it you're calling about?" Well, now they'll just text you right back. Now, if they're texting you, they're not calling another plumber that will answer his phone. But you can also use the communication to send updates, remind people that you're coming 24 hours before arrival, an hour before arrival, and say, hey, look, just reminding you, we're coming tomorrow at, please confirm Y or N. Now you know. Okay, they know about it. Now an hour before, hey, we're going to be at your house in an hour. Just making sure this is still a good time.
So any meeting book with me, 15 minutes before that, a reminder goes out. Hey, you got an upcoming meeting.
Yeah, Roger, your plumber will be there in 15 minutes. Here's his profile if you'd like to know a little bit about him.
Yep.
How far does that go? A long ways.
Another good one is proactive value. When you're there, make some small suggestions. If you're an electrician, offer some surge protectors. If you're a plumber, do the valves need to be upgraded? You're doing that toilet change out. Do they need a new angle stop? Does it look and hold? Yeah. Hey, while I'm here, it won't cost any extra except for the cost of the actual valve itself because I'm already providing the labor. No big deal. Offer that quick upgrade. Filter reminders.
Charge them for the labor. Don't do nothing for free.
Well,
I'm just being honest.
If it's in your hour,
but most plumbers go out these days are on flat rate, so it's not included.
Okay.
If you're T&M, Uncle Grant told me a story one day. So the guy who got me into plumbing, one of Randy's uncles, is Uncle Grant. If y'all hadn't seen it, I interviewed him here on the channel. Go check it out. He said Grant may still work hourly. So it's all T&M. So everything's based on that first hour. Well, he sent a plumber over to this little old lady's house, and plumber got in, knocked out the job in about 15, 20 minutes, loaded everything up, come in, presented her with the bill, and she said, well, you're not leaving, are you? So, well, yes, ma'am, I'm done. She says, but didn't I pay you for an hour? He says, yeah, but it didn't take that long. I got it fixed. She said, well, okay. Said, will you go out and rake leaves for me? He's like, wait, what? He says, well, I got you for an hour. I really need my leaves raked. And he goes out and calls Uncle Grant and says, hey, this lady wants me to rake leaves till my hour's up. What do I do? He said, I suggest raking leaves. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But making small suggestions is a great thing. But one of the biggest ones, too, is look for the bigger problems. Are you inspecting their water heater? How old is it? How long has it been since it's been flushed? Does it need to be flushed? Does it need to be replaced? A lot of times I'll go through and say, look, and this literally happened. I went to a job to move a laundry room because the lady wanted a bigger closet where the laundry room was. So she wanted me to give her a price to move the laundry room out to the garage. Okay, I can do that. Put all that price together. In my inspection of the house, I went up to the attic and said, hey, you got 2 water heaters up here that are 14 years old. I would change these out before doing anything else because these are only 6-year warranty water heaters. She says, I want my closet. So we literally, I told her, I said, I'll have a price to you Friday, send it over to her. She goes out of town, comes back Monday and calls me and says, I should have done the water heater. One of them ruptured and it flooded. She was out of her house for 9 months. Make the suggestions. You look like a hero then. So anything that you can do is awesome. And these are things, guys, you're in the house already. All right? Do a 360-degree inspection. Tell them, look, I'm going to check everything while I'm here. You can take better care of the ones that already trust you. You're already there. Do more for them. It's a lot easier than trying to find new people to go to work for.
That's it.
So let's talk about service work.
Man, how to handle those last-minute cancellations without getting burned. Because, like we were talking about this the other day, headed to the dentist, bam, my vehicle gets totaled on the way. You got to call, hey, I'm not going to be able to make the appointment. Oh, well, there's a cancellation policy. That's fine. I just had my vehicle totaled. I was on the way to come make my appointment. Oh, well, hold on.
I'm in the back of an ambulance on the way to a hospital right now. You're going to charge me $25?
That's it. And then they're like, oh, well, we're going to waive that fee. Yeah. So this is something to remember, guys, because guess what? We're all human beings. Emergencies do happen out there. But the average cancellation rate in a residential service, roughly 18 to 25%. So you can add a same day or less than 24-hour cancellation fee. Clearly stated when booking to give yourself that ground, okay? Because like me calling, look, my vehicle was totaled. It was an accident that was not my fault. Like, you can decide at your company if you're going to be lenient with that or if you're firm, nope, you're within the 24 hours. I'm sorry about this.
And restaurants do this.
But
Restaurants do this all the time. And there's nothing wrong with it. You go onto a lot of restaurants, you have to book your table, give them your email, give them your name, give them your phone number. They'll send you a text. Hey, you've got a reservation tomorrow. Still going to make it? Hey, you got a reservation in 4 hours. Still going to make it? Your reservation is in an hour. Still going to make it? Things can change.
Yep.
But at least now they know. So if somebody else calls in and says, hey, can I get in for dinner tonight? No, sorry, we're booked. Okay, I'll try again next week. Well, then 3 people don't show up and there's 3 empty tables. And they're like, man, we should have taken some reservations.
That's it. You can send automated reminder text the day before, an hour before, a few hours, different things just to try to keep that communication open so that you know where everybody actually is, so that you don't end up with 3 empty tables at the 5-star restaurant of your city. Like, you don't want that.
And I like this. I like using the quick texts, reminders, things like that. Hey, change your filters lately. Do you need to schedule your warranty check-in? Or is it time for us to come out and do an internal inspection again? You know, we did it 6 months ago. We did it last year. Let's make sure your system's up to date, ready to go, good, clean, working, and operational before it's 113 degrees.
Yep.
It happens.
Yeah. That's it. And, like, we understand, things come up. But look, we reserve time just for you. So we really ask for a 24-hour notice or a $65 cancellation fee may apply. And always tell them may apply, because if they send you pictures of their totaled vehicle, I hope that you're going to waive that $65 fee for them.
Yeah, they're laying in the ambulance covered in blood. You're like, dude, it's $65. I don't care.
That's it. Like,
Not what you want. Okay?
That's it.
All right, MET, material equipment and tools. And this is what every service tech should have in their glove box toolbox. Okay? And a lot of people don't know what to carry. And the glove box is there not just for gloves. I hope y'all know that. But like a flashlight or a headlamp. Okay, this is great because you never know what's going to happen. I remember I went out on a first date one time. And we were going to go dancing over in Dallas, and we're going down the road, and it's raining, and I noticed there's a car here, and I pass, and the trunk's open, and there's a flat, and there's a lady standing there, and you can tell she's lost it. I mean, I just pulled over and backed up, and I think I'm in my Jeep, and I walked up. I said, "Ma'am, what happened?" She said, I got a flat, and she says, "I can't get the spare loose." And you can hear her kid crying inside. And I said, look, why don't, and it's cold, and she's been there for a while, and she's freezing, she's shivering. I said, look, why don't you grab your kid, y'all go sit in the Jeep, just open up the back seat. I'll go tell the girl that y'all are going to come sit in here. I can get this. I had my multi-tool in my pocket. I was able to undo the nut that had her tire locked in. I was able to change it. That girl's like, literally, when I got back in, I thought, man, this girl's going to be pissed. I really don't care. It's the first date. And she looked at me. She said, it's the nicest thing I've ever seen anybody do. Yep. And I said, look, I'm sorry, but I really don't want to go to Dallas right now. I'm wet. I said, I got a little bar over here I go dancing at. I really don't care what I look like. And she said, I'm fine. She said, what you did was wonderful. But if you'll carry tools with you, sometimes it's just a multi-tool. But wire nuts, fuses, pigtails, zip ties, Sharpies, a razor knife, anything like that. Guys, it makes a difference just being prepared. But leak detection dye tabs, disposable gloves, any PPE, now, a lot of this stuff, you may not be able to fit it all in there, and I understand. But think about what problem could come up that you may want it. I used to carry a change of clothes with me everywhere I went, in every vehicle. Nowadays, you need extra charging cables for your phones. I carry batteries with me that I can plug stuff into.
Yeah.
I'm always ready.
That's it. Guys, good tip here. Create you a glove box pouch. When you need it, you'll really need it. That can be emergency things like that. Like anytime I go camping, things like that, you make sure to grab that first aid packet that I've got separate. It's different type of pouch setup to be able to have everything I need.
Still don't think it got it.
For all those cuts, scrapes, anything like that.
And when you need it, you need it.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask y'all this. What is one thing in your glove box that you didn't think you'd use until you did? And mine luckily was in my pocket. It was my multi-tool. I never thought I will help somebody fix their car with this.
One of my favorites is a flashlight, because I used to start at 6 a.m. And guess what?
At 5 o'clock, it's dark.
When you get it flat, yeah, there's cars driving that have some lights on, but it's not where you need to see. Mm-hmm. A flashlight is one of the handiest things I think that you can keep in your glove box because you don't need it until you really need it.
And it's funny because back whenever I was doing that, I used to have a holster on my belt where I carried a flashlight. It was a little mini mag light. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Matt McDonough says people are not motivated to get that work. It's hard to find a good worker. Communication is a wavelength people can't seem to get on. Boy, and that's the truth. And then Trey says, it's easy to be a professional. Most companies just don't put in the effort, and the guys in the field think customer retention is not their responsibility. Yeah, until it's them going home, then they start thinking, wow, I should have done something. But from the first phone call to the field tech collecting the payment, customer retention is everyone's responsibility. Yes, sir, it is. Trey says, if you're paying me an hourly rate to sweep floors, those are going to be the cleanest floors you've ever had. I love it. And yes, doctor's offices do it well as well. You're right. License and registration, please. Matt says, I have a pocket pouch. Gets me out of a lot of trouble.
Me too.
I get it. I mean, it does. It comes in handy. Guys, remember, if you're out there and you've thought about starting a YouTube channel, you want to grow your business, you want to grow you want to build a brand, you want to let people out there know what you do, and it may be answers to questions that they've got. But you think, well, I can't do YouTube because I made a webinar that really, I just kind of debunk a lot of these myths. So if you're interested in it, if you've ever thought about doing YouTube, go watch this. I think you'll enjoy it. But all you got to do to find it is go to www.justmattroger.com. But whatever you do, go check it out. It could really change you and your business.
Yep. Guys, we would like to thank League Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. They let us come in here and talk trades for an hour each and every day, Monday through Fridays, except for major holidays. But League Pro does manufacture the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. If you're a plumber out there and you're tired of waiting on the leak detection specialist to come out and locate a leak for you,
6 weeks.
2 to 6 weeks.
Crazy?
Like that is what people tell me all
We hear
the
6
time.
weeks often.
Yeah, and 6 weeks, that's nobody wants their water off for 6 weeks.
If you're my plumber and you tell me it's going to be 6 weeks before you can find my leak, I'm not very happy with you.
That's it. So check out our equipment, guys. It's simple. It's easy to use. If you follow the process, you will find your leaks. And I always suggest looking at the complete kit that comes with both devices. Comes with the probe, T-handle, solid block of aluminum. It's got a stainless steel rod. And that rod is super durable for probing in and out of the ground. This is what you want for that meter to the home service or irrigation lines, anything underground. But then also it comes with the sidekick, and that's the pistol grip style with an aluminum rod on it. And that aluminum rod, it's a less dense metal, so it kind of eliminates the layer of concrete when you're listening through slabs. And to check out our equipment, you can visit www.leak-pro.com. If you don't know anything about leak detection, I always suggest giving me a call and let's talk about training. I do a 2-day in-person training here just outside of Dallas, Texas. And I go through line locating with you, how to do that. I've got 11 leaks under a slab to train you on. all different scenarios. One just outside of the slab so that you know what that sounds like also. And I've got a couple sewer systems set up, cast iron and a PVC. That way you can learn how to go to a double clean out outside of a home. If there's a sewer leak that you can't just see on a camera, I can teach you how to isolate all the branch lines.
Okay, wait a minute. If you're looking for a leak with a sewer camera, you're doing it wrong. You can't prove it unless it's just a major break.
Correct.
I've gone in and followed up plumbing companies. They said there's no leaks in this, and I did a test and I couldn't even get it to fill up. So if you're out there and you're plumbing and you're telling people, yeah, I checked your sewer system with a camera, there's no leaks, you are full of it. I'm sorry, but that's BS.
Well, I know they use cameras for a lot of sewer inspection systems across the country.
You bet. And you may see a major break when you unclog a drain or something, and I highly recommend that. Mm-hmm. If you've got a clog and you're running a camera, you ran a machine, you cleared it, and you're running that camera to check, and there's a major break, a major offset, I get that. But to run a camera down a system and tell the homeowner there's no leaks under your house, that's wrong.
Yeah, you've got to test.
And you need to learn how to do it.
Well, that's it. And guys, come out here, give me a call. 1-8888 Leak Pro, and we will train you on water leak detection and sewer leak detection and how to actually isolate and test that.
And if you're the owner or the manager and you come, man, sit down with me and let's talk marketing. How do you get your phone ring? If there's a company that you use that's 6 weeks out doing leak detection, don't you think you could pick up part of that work? I think you can. I'm getting on a high horse here. It's like, man, as soon as you said that. Well, yeah, if you're using cameras to find leaks, unless it's a major break, guys, it's not that easy. You need to be able to isolate it and test it and say, look, it's holding water. I 100% guarantee that there's no leak in it. And I tell people this all the time. Imagine a vertical pipe. It's got a hole in it. Let's say a 1/2-inch hole. And you flush a toilet upstairs and water runs down that pipe. You may get a few drops out. If it's buried underground, there's mud right there, you're probably not going to get anything out of it. So it's probably not going to leak. If you don't run a camera down the right vent in the right way, you may miss it. But if we fill it up with water, it's going to push out and it's going to leak. It's called testing it the right way. All right, I'm going to get off my soapbox for a minute. We're going to roll into MEP before I turn red.
Low voltage raceways.
Yes.
Code changes that
are we talking about electrical today?
MEP should know. No, because listen, every me, mechanical, E, the ones that you were just talking about, and then the P, the plumber. So all MEP should know this, so it's not completely electrical.
So we should know the National Electrical Code.
No.
That's what you just said.
Well,
you're killing me, Smalls.
The NEC 2023 is now going to limit bundled low voltage cables in ceilings due to heat.
Okay. It gets hot up there.
It does. More projects are requiring physical separation between data, fire, and power.
Have you ever knocked out the power at Texas Instruments?
No.
I have. We were doing a big demo job. And one of my first jobs, I was, don't even want to mention the name of the company, but we're up crawling a cable rack, cutting out the big cables.
Oh, yeah.
With a Sawzall. And literally, I mean, man, we thought we had a good system. Like, I think that was it. So, yeah, this is it here. First time I worked with electrical. And we're up there, and it was the other guy out there. He had done this section because I'd done like the first 6 or 8 or 10. So he wanted up in the attic or up in the ceiling. He gets up in there. And I hear the Sawzall, and then all of a sudden it's like pop, and the lights go out. And it's like, I don't think that was good. Anyway, yeah, cut a 480 live line, or just cut into it. You ain't got to cut it all. You just nicked it really good.
All the way through.
You just nicked it really good. Okay, anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But like all this is changing, so you can expect to be called out for lazy grouping or using unsupported conduit under insulation.
And that doesn't work.
That's it. But guys, like this is going to change a lot of things. The fire rated walls are fire rated. boxes and through the penetration, fire stop caulking.
Fire stop's a big deal too, y'all. In new builds, I mean, there are companies that just do fire stop and make a good living.
That's it. But like how it's going to affect a lot of us in the MEP world, majorly you mechanical guys and mainly the HVAC duct installers.
Okay.
This raceway, you're not going to be able to bundle everything together and put in a small raceway. They're going to have to actually widen the raceways that are already pretty wide so that they can actually ungroup all this stuff and keep everything separated. So they're going to need more space. What do we not have in new construction builds?
Any more space ever, anywhere.
So definitely kind of get familiar with this, with some UL listed raceway alternatives for these plenum installs. Because like a lot of the fire rated walls and things, it's going to change everything. It's going to have different blocks, probably multiple blocks. And the blocks I'm talking about are the ones that when the heat does, it expands and fills up the void space for where a lot of these data penetrations happen. So pretty neat.
Yeah, it's neat the way they're doing it. So let's talk about where the work is and the amazing state of Texas that I'm in. It just approved $1.8 billion with a B in bond work with a B. And look, MEPs are going to be needed because this is coming quick. But recent bond elections passed in 10 major districts, including Austin, Houston, and Lubbock. Projects range from gym renovations, which is great, to new CTE wings with specialty lab utilities. CTE,
construction technical education, or
well, I thought it was like computers, technology, and something else. Anyway, CTE.
no,
Maybe look it up or something.
No, it is. It's.
You got
I
your
talked
phone
about
on
it
you.
just the other day.
I know.
Yeah, like
career technology. That's it. Career technology. Somebody put it in. Wings with specialty lab utilities. Massive opportunity for HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and fire protection systems. It's so funny because I was speaking in Virginia this week.
career and technical education.
I was close. See, I knew that E stood for something, and they're smart enough to not make that be electrical. But yeah, I was talking about that in Virginia the other day, talking about videos, and I said, look, guys, I used to do fire protection. I said, y'all see the fire protection system up here? Because we're in a 2-story open area. I said, I used to ride around on a scissor lift all day, and I could do 300 braze joints a day. People on YouTube say my brazing sucks. I don't braze it to be pretty, but I don't have leaks. I said, and they say, we would fire you. I'm like, well, you'd be stupid because I know what I'm doing. I don't worry about being beautiful all the time.
Yep.
But sometimes when I'm working on my mustache, I do. That's why we got a mirror now.
That's
I can't
it,
see
you
it,
know?
but it's okay.
I had it pointed perfect for you earlier this morning, and it's like, we got to figure out where that thing's
I got in here and I
go.
smiled and I straightened up my mustache a
Yeah.
little bit.
See, I've been knocking out all these little things, all these little
But
tasks.
if you're going to get started in this stuff,
Get it
most of
started.
these RFPs are going to be going out this year.
Yes.
So with fast track groundbreakings, it's going to happen quick. Now, this is where the work is. CTE classrooms don't just build themselves. Guys, get on that boat. Get in there. I'm telling you, school remodels are a great way to make money in the summer. If you work for a larger company that does these, dude, you can get in and make some great overtime all summer long.
Oh man, I've done so many schools where all I did is go out there and braze all weekend long. Oh, I love some of those.
How many
change
hours
outs.
can you work this weekend? I don't know. How many do you need me? All weekend?
Yeah. Are 12s on the table?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Oh, you're out of town. We only let the travelers work 10. That's good. I'm from Dallas. I'm working 12. They can all go home at 10. I don't care.
yeah.
You drug me from home. I'm here to put in some work.
That's
Let's get it to work.
12 hours
done.
at time and a half. That's 12 hours at double time, depending on where you work. That's almost a full week in 2 days.
That's right.
It's not a bad deal.
And then there's less people on the job. For us at the times, luckily, the weekends were kind of a wide open thing. And it's like, dude, like that is going to be the best time for us to go in and just braze everything that we put together all week. So guys, let's get all our pipe together.
Okay, so I want you to imagine this. Okay, so, and I said almost a full week. Really, it's 42 hours.
Yep.
Okay, so 12 hours at double time is 24. 12 hours at time and a half is 18. So there we are, 42 hours.
Yep.
And if Trump takes away paying taxes on overtime,
I know. Like, I know. I may go back to the field.
I may go back to the field. I don't need to do YouTube. I make more money. Make more money after getting muddy.
That's it. Yeah.
It's a possibility.
I crunched some numbers on that just out of curiosity the other day, and it was like,
And he's like, "Why am I working here again?" I
Like,
know.
whoo. All right, that could be a good thing.
Okay, so how are they going to do that? Wait a minute. If you worked here full time during the week and went out and got another job where you're working overtime,
Yeah, you got to work your full time for them first.
Okay, I don't like
so I'd
that.
have to quit my full time here so that I could actually work full time to be able to get all that good overtime.
I don't like that now. Just saying.
I know you're hoping it doesn't.
I
Pass.
know.
I'm hoping it does.
Randy's like that. I'm out of here.
We're going back to the field. Get ready. I'm dragging you with me. Come on.
Yeah, you're going to be my apprentice now. All you got to do is hold the camera. All right, instructor training. Top 3 mistakes that new instructors make. And I bet there's a lot more.
There is but this is a major
I'm
one.
gonna argue with you on something. So go ahead. Let's go. What's this first one?
Over teaching. Trying to teach too much information too fast. You can't give them a full water hose and expect them to take in every drop.
Okay.
Depending on your apprentice, because
No,
everybody
agreed.
learns at a different rate also.
Agreed. But you can't teach them based on your best apprentice.
No, not at
You
all.
can't just teach at that level.
Nope.
Here's where I'm going to argue. I'm going to say trying to become their friend. Because a lot of instructors just want to come in and be your friend and then, well, let's talk about the Stars game last night. Let's pull out the newspaper and go through the sports page. So I'm just saying, one of my thoughts. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, overteaching is one of the majors.
You bet. No, I get that.
A big one, assuming that they already know. Just because they passed year one doesn't mean that they retained all the information that they got in year one.
Right.
Then a big one, teaching like a foreman, not a coach. It's not about yelling and driving it into them that way. It's about building habits, building good habits, honestly, because you don't want them to build any of the bad habits. Yelling at them, guess what? That's going to teach a bad habit to them, because then they're going to yell at all their employees. And guess what? As human beings, we don't like to get yelled at. We just don't. Is it needed sometimes? Definitely so.
I've dated some girls that spoke real softly. I wish they'd yell at me so I could hear it. It's like, wait, what'd you say?
Yeah. What's your argument so far?
Well,
we doing all right so far?
Yeah, this is okay. You need to teach. You're an instructor. But you've got to think like a foreman or a superintendent. I was talking about this in Virginia, too. I got in trouble from teaching, fired from teaching. I didn't want my kids playing on their phone. I want them to stay awake. I want them to be in classroom on time. I want them to do what I ask them to do. And when I'd send kids like, look, number one, if you came to my door late, door was shut. Don't open it. I'm already teaching. You should have been here on time, just like you should be on the job. And they said, well, Roger, you can't do the students like that. I said, why not? I'll fire them on the job. I'm trying to teach them, hey, you got things to be here for. So that's where you've got to teach. And I love teaching like a foreman. Hey, look, let me show you how to do this. Let me help you do this. Watch me. Do it with me. Let's do it together. You do it, and I'll help you if you need it. And then you do it, and I'll watch you. Now we've gone through the cycle. Now you can teach somebody else to do it. So I love it. But understand, you need to coach them and teach them into getting ready to be on the job. And that's the way I look at it.
That works.
And you can do it in 10 to 15 minute micro lessons. Just a little quick, easy. Hey, let me show you that one more time because you're missing a step. Stuff like that works. All right.
Yes. Guys, and another big one, if you want them to retain it, explain the why before you explain the how. That's what sticks more than anything is, oh, this is the reason I'm learning this. Oh, well, hold on. I need to know this because I know exactly when it is going to be put to use because I understand that why first. And that's going to help it stick, help them retain it more and more. So,
and I want to jump down here because Lachey Almasi says there's always extenuating circumstances. You or your children have never been late. Yeah, but if you're going to be late to a job, you get sent home or not allowed in.
Yep.
And that's the way it is in construction. And that's what I'm trying to prepare them for. I've been late. But normally I'm there an hour early because when it comes to work, I don't be late.
and the reason is I
don't
don't,
come in late.
want to pay the consequence for being late.
You bet. Absolutely.
Whether it's in my control or not, I do everything possible to avoid being late.
Okay, man, jump back up here. Pocket Pass gets me out of a lot of trouble. Tell me about that Leak Pro. How much are those classes? The webinar's free. The classes, call and talk to him. It depends on how many people it is. There's different things involved there. And then all cameras can do is allow us to show people drain damage to sell repairs. It can show them brakes, bellies, all kinds of different things. Easy, Mr. Miyagi. Okay, I get it. My stash of wisdom, that's what it is. And if OT isn't taxed, oh boy, I'll be joining you guys in the trenches. Yeah, you and me both, brother. Apprentices are like Gumby. You have to mold them the way you want them to make the most out of their future. And that's what it's all about. And I hope I'm saying your name right, Miss Lachey. I'm trying to teach them to do the things that are right. And the big thing that I talked about this last weekend is the 10 things that you can do that require no skill. And number one, be on time.
Yep.
And it's the most important thing. And look, there's a lot of people that are like, look, if you're late, we're done. It's over before you ever start.
Yeah.
Are there extenuating circumstances? Absolutely.
Yep.
But if it was important to you, you'd be prepared for those extenuating circumstances. Like Randy said, I carried a flashlight because I had to be at work at 6.
Yep.
How many drivers on the road at 5 a.m. have a flashlight with them? Are you prepared or are you not? Are you ready for this or are you not? So that there's just multiple ways to do it. Let's roll over into specialty. And this is something, look, I want to learn about. I've seen it. I've watched it. I've seen it at trade shows. I want to do a brand deal with a cure in place pipelining. I really do.
Yeah. And yeah, the question here is it time to add this to your services?
The answer is yeah. It is. It's a great service out there that nobody. Have you heard of companies around here marketing it, specializing in it, talking about it?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. But now, granted, I know a lot of things don't come across my feed if I'm not interested in them. And Cure Place Plastic isn't something I've been researching or looking into lately. This morning again, yeah.
But it's great because they use it in trenchless sewer
Yes.
and water line repair. Now, I've never seen it in water line repair, but I've seen it in the sewers. It's got a 50-year lifespan. Very high demand in older cities. I mean, we're in Texas. Some of these cities are from the 1800s. Most of the cities are from the 1800s. Matter of fact, probably all of them. But HOAs, commercial buildings, people like that are like, hey, look, if you'll find a way we don't have to shut down the building, jackhammer a hole in the floor, tunnel under it.
That's the major reason that you need to add this to your services. Especially if you're in a city that's got old plumbing in
You
it.
bet.
Guess what? If you are not offering it, it needs to be something that you need to start learning about, start making some small investments into to learn about this, because a non-invasive way to go in and redo the piping, more or less, is what you're doing. You're installing all new.
Okay, now, I want
Without
to
having to
throw
go-
this out there
Okay.
because this is a very big investment.
It
very
is. Yes.
big. When I started looking into this when it first came out, you need the truck, you need the equipment, you need this. It was $150,000 investment to get started in it.
Okay.
And I was like, excuse me? I choked on it. Supposedly you can get started for less than that now.
Yeah.
But here's what's good about it. Minimal digging. Okay. And a very high profit margin. And this is a great upsell for plumbers that are already doing, listen here, cameras, leak detection, jetting. If you're already doing this stuff, this is a good opportunity for you. It's not bad. And there's so many cool products out there.
That's it. The keys here, you're going to have to understand the pipe preparation because it's got to be prepped right. The resin curing and the flow conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Super important. So like I was saying, make that small investment at the beginning. That's to go up and get
and
trained.
it's not that small.
Well, here's why I call it a small investment. It's not adding that to your that service. No.
You bet.
You're making the investment just to go start learning the actual way to get this done.
And I love this. The very first person we ever brought in for training for Leak Pro, 3 guys, so it wasn't cheap. Bought 3 kits, right?
Yep.
So it wasn't cheap. Went back to North California, called us Monday evening and said, hey, I paid for everything today. We had a call when we got back. We went on it. We sold a job that paid for everything.
Yep.
In one day. So I'm just saying, look, it's an investment. And that's exactly what it is.
That's it.
Training is needed, guys. If you're not learning, you're not growing, you're not getting educated, you're not growing your business. But your competition probably is. Now, don't touch the CIPP until you train on it. But then once you do, it's like slab leaks and leak detection, guys. It can be a money machine. And it's funny that people are like, oh my God, the equipment, the training, the this, the that, and we're still one of the cheaper pieces of equipment. Most of the other places don't even have training. They're like, yeah, you'll figure it out.
Especially in person.
Wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Some people are doing it only online. Yeah. I'm going to take this tool, stick it in my hand, and you're going to tell me what it feels like and sounds like. Look, nothing against them. It works for them. Yeah. It's over here.
It's over there.
It's all yours. It's all yours now. Tell me as soon as you open it up, and I'll jump. Okay, now I got it. Oh,
Hold.
I thought you already had it. I thought you were already there. So I thought as soon as it clicks, I am
I'm gonna have to
good.
pause, so I bet.
You're going, what?
Go ahead.
Okay, see, we're getting better at this.
Yep.
We are getting better at this. Okay, so today we're talking about the starving electrician. He combines trade humor with smart real-world content, strong on tool breakdowns, apprentice education, and job site call-outs. Squirt, what do you like about it?
If y'all go to this channel, y'all watch this little video here, okay? It's a real trades guy showing you real trades. Talks real trades, acts real trades. That's one of the things I really liked here. He's got 578,000 subs at 837 videos.
Pretty daggone cool.
Sitting at 474 million views.
Kicking it. That tells me he's got a ton of shorts.
That are doing really well.
No, I love that.
And it's there's some humor in here, but a lot of it's real stuff. Ways to do things, how to fix things. Look at this. When you drive past a job that you bid, but they picked the cheaper guy. Now I want y'all to look at this, okay? Oh, we're just running a little electrical out here.
What the?
So there's stuff I mean, come on. It just trade thing. Now here's one of why I mainly pulled this thing up. You ready?
I'm ready.
I want to show you this tool.
A bolt runner. Okay.
You know those nuts we were talking about the other day? Check out this little drill attachment. You know how much time that would have saved me?
Yeah.
So much time, guys. But my favorite, like, tradespeople that are doing new things. They're pulling out the new tools, showing them off. Hey, look, here's some different things that are out there that you may not know about. That's one of my favorites. Over here to videos, the most popular. Unbelievable trick to run wires through walls that already have drywall up. Stud's already there. He's going to show you how to go in and do it after the fact. We've had to deal with
Is
that
this drop
quite
a string and a magnet? Is this drop
I'm
a
not
fish
sure.
line?
I didn't watch through his whole video.
Okay.
I just like to click the popular, see
No,
what,
and
what
it was
it
a
is.
long one, so I get that.
Started 7 years ago.
Started about the
Going
same
to the
time I did.
oldest.
I like
So, you know, yeah, well, let's, I was going to say, can you? Yeah, you can. All right, let's see what the most popular short is with 61 million views.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
And see, he ain't even an electrician.
He
he ain't even a sheetrocker.
He ain't doing that. It's okay, though. But, guys, if you're not on socials, get on some socials.
Yeah, it works, believe it or not.
It does work.
Okay, what's that tool using that he's called?
Compass.
Is that a compass or is that a protractor?
Protractor, yep.
There we go.
The compass is the...
Okay, so his follower growth is driven by honesty, and personality. He doesn't sugarcoat the grind. It's hard work. I get that. I made a video the other day and I saw a comment yesterday or last night. He says, look, Roger's telling the truth about why getting in the trades is probably better than going to college. He says, but he doesn't admit to the fact that it's hard on your body and stuff like that. No, it is. My back always hurts, I'll be honest. My shoulders, I've had them both operated on, but it was after I got out of the trades. So, and it was from working out too much. So I don't really know if my body hurts because I work out a lot or if my body hurts because I worked a lot. But either way, it is what it is. And he's a great example of tradesmen building authority and reliability online. So here's the deal. If you got a young Sparky at home, have them follow this guy before they start their first day. It can help them get ahead. It really can. Now, remember, guys, look, if you're interested in learning to do YouTube, but you're afraid, you've got a million reasons why you can't, I created a webinar that I think will help you. It's free. Just go to justmattroger.com, check it out. It's about an hour long. I debunk 3 myths. I actually teach you some things, and I think you'll enjoy it. And if you do go over there and watch it, come back here and tell me what you thought. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And then Leak Pro. Leak Pro is our sponsor. If you want the most precise leak detection equipment for plumbers, this is it. It's a complete system. You get the Sidekick when you're inside working under cabinets. You're not carrying big bulky equipment around hanging from your neck, wearing it around your waist, bumping into cabinets, countertops, and everything that the homeowner doesn't want you bumping into. And then if you're outside, you've got the Probe, stainless steel rod that actually goes down deep into the ground where you can actually hear what's happening. I love these. These are the easiest pieces of equipment to use, the most precise, and it makes it easy to do. If you don't know anything about leak detection, come down here to Dallas. We've got a training. You come in for 2 days. You learn how to locate the lines under the slab, how to locate the leaks, how to locate leaks and isolate leaks in a sewer system, both PVC and cast iron. And if you're the manager or the owner of the company, come in and talk to me and we'll teach you how to market it and how to grow that business. If you want to order the equipment online, go to www.leak-pro.com. Or if you want to talk about the equipment or the training, give Squirt a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. We'd love to hear from you. Guys, thank you so much for being here. This is Monday. I know we've all got stuff going on and we're all busy. And Matt says your body will hurt, period. It's called getting older. Yeah, mine's called getting old. Not older. I'm already there. I'm old.
Clip it.
But love to hear from y'all. If you want to find out more about Leak Pro, give him a shout. Anything we can do for y'all, we're here. If you've ever got questions, jump in here, ask the question. If we don't know the answer, we'll make something up or find the answer, one or the other.
Yeah.
But anyway, remember, last week was National Safety Week. So remember, whatever you do out there today, do it safe and have fun.
Everybody, happy Monday. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you back here tomorrow. Get out there and hit it effing hard. Bye, guys.